Hi, this is Lucky Smith reporting for Star Urban News Magazine, and today is May 29th. I am able to interview TY courtesy of, and we are thanking Tank Girl Presents The Breaks Spodcast. She also does a show inside the John Lovitz Theater every Monday from 4 to 7 p.m. on stage. So if you guys ever in the Universal City Walk, address is 1000 Universal Studios, City Walk, California. Please check it out. Or if you're interested in being interviewed, please contact Tank Girl at tnkgrl2877@yahoo.com. Thank you very much. And TY.
Hello.
Hi. So, where can people find your music at?
I can be found online at, follow me on Twitter at teewhy hip hop. That's TEEWHYHIPHOP. And also on Facebook.com/teewhy hip hop, on YouTube.com/teewhy hip hop, and SoundCloud.com/teewhy hip hop. All the music is available for free to download and listen to there.
And how long have you been rapping now?
I've been rapping since I was about 14 or 15. Probably about 10 or 12 years, but really seriously for, I'd say, the last 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yeah.
And you're originally from?
Vancouver, BC. Just outside of Vancouver. A small town called Roberts Creek on the Sunshine Coast.
Are there a lot of rappers out there? Or
I think I might be the only one. No, there is actually one more crew, the Wilderness Crew. They're really dope. But not a lot of rappers out there.
And how is it trying to go into a music scene that's not really, is it big? Is hip hop big in Canada? I'm not really too familiar.
It is. I mean, it's definitely got its own scene. I mean, Toronto would be a bigger scene than the Vancouver scene.
Okay.
There's definitely a Vancouver scene, or a hip hop scene in Vancouver, but it's like, we're like 10 to 15 years behind like everyone else. It's, there's like 2 or 3 like solid venues in Vancouver that do like open mics and hip hop shows every once in a while. And whenever like the big like any like hip hop acts are touring, like we usually get we don't get that many coming through unless they're in like Seattle and they'll dip down to Vancouver. But yeah, it's definitely something that's growing, and compared to here, I mean, the last couple of days here, I've been like, holy shit, this is hip hop scene. I'm like, this is dope.
Everybody in here in California, it seems like every like what 2-3 people, they either are in the music industry, are rappers, or something.
It's super cool and refreshing, and just really cool to see and encouraging, and I envy that for sure.
And what made you decide to go into hip hop of all the musical genres?
How's this for a cliche answer? I almost feel like it sort of just kind of found me. Like, I mean, like, I've always been like sort of artistic and like to express myself, and I can't really sing that well, although I try on a couple tracks. But I've always like wished like, oh, it'd be cool if I could like play the guitar and be a, you know, Citizen Cope or some really dope shit. But I always just grasped on to hip hop.
Yeah.
And after like a couple years of just being a fan of hip hop, like as a fan, is when I started.
That's mine. What was it? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's all good. When I started to experiment with kind of rapping myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, like I think I'm actually pretty good at this, and I think I can do it. And it became this outlet for me to be that artist and express myself. And hip hop just happened to be that outlet.
And who are some of your musical inspirations or idols that you've looked up to? Or?
Thank you very much. Inspirations and idols. I mean, when I really got into hip hop, that would be, you know, New York rappers like the Big Daddy Kanes, Cool G Rap, Jay-Z, like Wu-Tang Clan, Outkast. That's, you know, kind of what I got into as a fan, and when I spent a few years as a fan, I'm like, this is really dope. And then once I started developing my own sound, influence-wise, I related more to the underground hip-hop scene. There's Def Jux, which is a record label that was really prominent in like the early 2000s. Yeah. That's rappers like Company Flow and Cannibal Ox and Cage and Aesop Rock, and it was really like lyrical stuff, and and I could relate to that stuff a bit more than I could relate to the Cool G rap. And I like, you know, like they were sort of more like, this stuff's dope, and I'm a real big fan of that. But I'm like, I can't rap like Cool G rap. I mean, that's not me.
Yeah.
But this other stuff, I was like, oh, okay, there's something that like I can kind of see myself doing, and I was able to kind of take that. So a lot of that was really influential for me.
And also, you don't look like a typical rapper. So how do you deal with that? I mean, because when you say rapper and you know you see your name, but then when you look at the picture, you're like, really? I mean. You don't have the tattoos. You don't. I mean, are you planning on getting any tattoos or doing the conventional rapper attire?
Well, no.
Chains and so on.
I mean, it's funny. When I was much younger, when I was getting into hip hop as a fan, I had like I was double XL everything, and I had the starter caps, and it was. I mean, that's just what I rocked. I'm like, yeah, I'm hip hop. And I got a bit older, and I mean, just for me personally, I kind of just changed my I don't know if you want to call it like fashion or style or how I presented myself. It just kind of happened organically, but I still was like a big hip hop fan and proponent and performer of. So, I mean, it's weird. Like, I'll show up to venues and you show up and I walk in the door and like everyone looks at me like, what, you got me in the wrong spot? Like, what's up? But basically any rapper, like, it's all about show and prove, and it's all about respect and real, recognize real. So, you know, I'm sure like I've rolled up and you can get a couple looks, but everyone's always like, you know, it's like, all right, well, let's see what he got before, and then usually if you got the goods, it's all good. Like,
and is it like over here we have like battles or underground?
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys do that there? Have you done any freestyling? I mean, for your shows?
Right when I first got into hip hop as a rapper, that's what it was. It was like freestyling at like parties and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then I started to craft it more and started to, like, you know, try and be a songwriter and make tracks and stuff like that. But I definitely came in as a freestyler and a battle rapper, and I was influenced by battle rap. But I don't freestyle and battle as much now. I'm trying to sort of focus more on like
doing your tour, because you have a CD out as well, right?
Yeah. So I'm trying to like craft albums and write songs, and I mean I still like to just do like shit talking tracks. That's fun. I mean I have a lot of fun doing that. But
so how many albums have you produced already?
I've put out, I put out about 5 or 6 projects. The last 2 would be the ones I'd be comfortable with people hearing, you know.
And this is on YouTube as well, right? Your Giant.
Yeah, the Giant video is off. The last album right now, which I'm kind of promoting, is the Walter White album. And yeah, there's a track on there called Giant, which we shot a video for. Me and my friend Mark McDonald, who has come with me actually here to LA to film the trip. He directed it, and we shot that, and you know we really put a lot into it, and got a lot of good feedback from that. So that's on YouTube. You can check that out on YouTube on my YouTube channel. And
what's your YouTube channel?
It's youtube.com/teewhyhiphop. TEEWHYHIPHOP.
And also, let's talk about your album that's out now. I mean, what's on your tracks? I got a chance to listen to a couple of things. I haven't listened to everything.
Yeah.
What message would you say would be your tracks about?
Well, it's an EP. It's 11 tracks. It's not a concept album. It's I have a couple tracks on there. It's sort of, my main thing is to try and get different types of production and do different sounds and show versatility. So
this is a CD showcasing all, like a taste of all different types of...
Yeah, there's some battle tracks on there, there's some lyrical tracks, there's some concept tracks, there's story tracks, and there's some couple good just shit talking hip hop tracks.
And what's your favorite song from this?
My favorite song, I always try and lead in with the heavy hitters. Walter White, I really like. It's one of those shit talking tracks though. It's the album opener. It's just like raw, just like lyrics, just to kind of be like, check it out. This is what I can do.
All right, is shit talking? What is it about? Is it just talking about posers? Is it talking about girls?
A lot of hip hop that I was influenced by, at least, and a lot of hip hop really. It is that braggadocio sort of. It's clever, like wordplay, and it's always sort of like, you know, it's like, I'm this dope, I'm doper than you because I can do this, and, you know, trying to flip words and put them together in interesting ways, and I just like when people listen to shit and you just see them. That's my favorite thing is that shows. Like, you can tell, like, the fans that are the lyrical fans,
Yeah.
they're not usually, like, wilding out in the front. You see them, they're sitting there, and they'll be like, you know, hand on the chin, just nodding their head, and every once in a while they'll smile and be like, yeah, that's dope. And like, you know, oh,
Yeah,
I see what you did there. I see what you did. Just listening.
Words.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of my thing is I really focus on lyrics, and so there's a spectrum of different sounds on there. I'd say I try to not just do the loop driven like classic like hip hop style production, although there is some on there. Try and get like live instruments. And
did you produce this yourself, or?
I didn't produce the entire album myself. A couple of the tracks on there I self-produced. I got probably about 60% of the album is production from out of house though.
Okay.
Yeah. So some cats from Vancouver. Bryce Sly produced a couple of the tracks on there. He produced Giant. There's a couple homies from New York who did some production for me, and so, like I say, that's kind of my thing. I just don't want to get painted into a corner in a sense. I just want to be versatile, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you play any musical instruments, or?
I do it's all self-taught though. Like, I mean, I'm not formally trained in anything. Over the years, I've kind of gotten ear for like, I know what's in note, and like I can kind of play like a keyboard in the sense that I know what I want in my head, and I'll be able to play it. It might take me like 20 minutes to figure out the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And then, you know, from there it's taking it and maybe sequencing it, or, you know, importing that onto a drum machine. So I don't play instruments in the like classical sense. Like I couldn't sit up and play a sonata for you or anything like that.
Okay.
But I have an ear for music, but no, I mean, I respect the hell out of people that can. Like I say, I wish I could play the guitar, like, you know.
Was this from your family influences, or did you grow up around music?
No,
or?
it's funny, and that's kind of the running joke, is that I'm like the mailman's kid or something, like, because like my family, like, they're great, God bless them, they're awesome and super supportive, but not artistic at all, like at all.
Okay.
And it's like I'm the one in like the entire family, not just like my parents. I have a brother, you know, there's like, whoa, my son's a rapper. It's like, it's kind of crazy. And I'm like, I don't know where that came from, and that's like across my whole family, like cousins and uncles. It's just like, everyone's like, yeah, Tyler's in LA this week to do some rap music. And they're like, really? Ah, good for him, that's dope. So I don't know where it came from. But
what places have you performed at this week, and do you have any shows before? I understand you're leaving on Thursday, so.
Yeah, I got to fly back on Thursday. The only venue we were able to hook up was the one at the John Lovitz on City Walk. So I'm down here it'll be 6 days in total. So the first few days leading up is just promotion, and we're shooting like I said, a documentary, just kind of the whole thing. So we're capturing footage of like, you know, freestyles on the outside certain clubs and taking in the culture. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to do any more venues down here.
Well, I know a club tonight. I can talk to the promoter and see if you're interested in getting you some stage time.
Yeah, that would be dope. I mean, let me know what's up.
It's a reggae type of environment, though.
Oh yeah.
But they sometimes they have rappers.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, I'm like I say, I mean,
before we leave, I'll give you Q's phone number. Remind me.
Yeah.
Q from Hollywood. He's one of my friends who's a promoter.
Yeah?
But yeah.
Oh, sick. All right. Yeah, that's dope.
We've already done two extra podcasts.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, lots of
If it comes up, we'll do it.
Yeah, it's tonight. There is a club in Hollywood, Las Palmas.
Cool.
Remind me, and I'll call him, and then you guys can get his phone number as well.
Yeah, dope. And
get you some exposure.
Yeah, no doubt. And we're already kind of planning maybe a trip back, you know, in the next couple months, because I've been able to meet a lot of contacts in the past couple days, and so if we can start arranging some more stuff for the next trip. This one, like I say,
America's been loving you.
Yeah, it's been incredible. I've never felt more like welcomed into just everyone from Sarah and like the Smodcast network, and I mean like people like you, and like everyone's just been so like receptive and encouraging, and like
I love meeting unknown artists, because like the whole reason why I interview celebrities in the first place is just so it's a mix. I always wanted to do a mixture of unknown and known together. Give people who have talent an opportunity to get their foot in the door and get some exposure, and then plus people who are fans of hip hop get to listen to their favorite rapper talk about their next.
Exactly, it's dope.
You know.
Yeah. No, it's a very good mix. I
And
like
that's
what you
what
do.
the breaks is about. The breaks is about breaking in new artists
Oh, cool.
and breaking news.
Yeah.
It's all entertainment.
It's a clever play on words.
Comedians, musicians, producers, writers,
cool.
actors.
Maybe I can come on there.
Yeah.
We could do an interview.
We want people for networking.
Yeah.
Because that's the payment. Some people won't show up unless they're getting paid.
But as a journalist, I can't do that. You know, you're like, even if you guys wanted to pay me, I could accept
No.
it. Yeah.
Right.
But some guests won't show unless they're getting paid, and the payment is networking.
And exposure.
You get to our listeners hear you. The people that go through the John Lovitz, it's like a rotating door. The comedians, the actors, the producers, everyone, they network, and nobody does one thing. You're not just a singer. You're not just a comedian. Everybody does everything.
Sarah, I'm sorry, Tanker, put up blasts out so in case if any listeners have a talent, they can contact you, get booked.
Oh yes, definitely. They can email me and contact me, and we'll get them on the show as a guest.
Oh, cool. And so you've been able to get some interviews, and you've been out here to teewhy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your next thing what's your next thing on your agenda that you're planning on doing?
Well,
New
I mean,
video or
May's been a crazy month because, like, basically the week or 10 days before we flew out here, we just finished, me and Mark, and actually the second cameraman, Rahan, he was here for the whole trip as well, but he had to fly back today, so shouts out to Rahan. But we shot our second video, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and so we have all this footage, and it was a really ambitious shoot, and then we finished it, dumped all the footage, and then it's like, all right, like, put that on hold, let's get ready for the LA trip. So now we get back from LA, and now we got this video to edit and promote, and then edit all this footage, and then setting up some more shows in Vancouver.
So for the next few months, it's going to be focusing on just getting shows and pushing this album out. 'Cause this is brand new. So I can only imagine that's what you're like. Normally, when you tour, where do you tour at? Just in case if
it's anything. It's all like
all
local
in Canada.
Yeah. Like that's why I was so happy and fortunate to be able to come out here. There's a line from a rapper named Cage, which I always just thought was dope, and he goes, "It's like you want to rep where you live. You need to get a name outside your city, right? It's like you can rep all you want when you're in Vancouver. It's like, yeah, I'm repping Vancouver. It's dope. It's like, yeah, okay, but like, who the fuck are you like?" Until I'm from outside, until people in LA are like, "Oh, Ty's that dope rapper from Man City. Like, I heard Man City is dope," and it's like, you know. So that's the big thing, and it's. You
are my first rapper that I met from Canada.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. There's a few of them, you know.
Yeah, you ran into a bartender at the hotel down at Universal that knew what 5, 6, 7 different rappers.
Yeah, it was funny. We went down to the hotel we were at and to get like a beer or whatever, and the bartender's just like, he checked my ID. He's like, "Oh, Vancouver, I love Vancouver." He's like, "Yeah, I know a rapper from up there, Mocha Only," and I'm like, "I know fucking Mocha Only." I'm like, I did a show with him like 2 months ago. He's like, "What?" He's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, teewhy. He's like, "I got his phone." So he's like texting. He's like, "teewhy's sitting at the bar right now." I was like, "What the fuck?" So that was crazy. But there's definitely, dude, there are like, I mean, probably one of the bigger Canadian acts, like Swollen Members. I don't know if you heard of them. Mad Child, and he was down. They were actually, he used to be based in LA, I think, and but they rep Man City hard. They're really dope. But yeah, there's just not a lot of, like I say, there's like your Cardinal Official. That's Toronto. Toronto's got a dope scene, but Vancouver's still kind of blossoming.
All right.
Yeah.
And then go ahead, teewhy, put that out at, where can people find you at your next, download your music again, how people can book you. Are you signed by any chance?
No, I'm so independent to a fault. So yeah.
Okay.
It's all self-distributed, but yeah, I mean, I'm always looking to work with other people. Like I say, that's what I want to do is work with other people in different sounds, and so but yeah, people can find me. It's teewhy hip hop just across the board. So that's twitter.com/teewhy hip hop. My email is teewhyhiphop@gmail.com for contact and booking info. YouTube.com/teewhy hip hop, and same with Facebook as well. So yeah, you can download all the music for free off any of those links, and check out the giant video on YouTube. And stay tuned for the next video, which is Beautiful on Fire. And
Beautiful on Fire. That sounds like an everyday, LA chick.
There you go, right? Yeah, it's kind of sexy like that.
Okay, let me go ahead, and this is Lucky Smith signing off.
Yo, what's up? This is teewhy. Let's do a little. Yo, these backpackers still waiting for my platinum plaques. Imagine that. I blame it on the gangster rap and how it makes me look. I'm not a thug. I'm just a crazy crook who took the credit. And now you look pathetic, talking like you shocking while you walking with a shook aesthetic. I know you like to think I'm stopping, but I wouldn't bet it. Look, I'm feeling awesome, from the coffin to the fire. Cause I am off the chains, and you're a set of winter tires. So you better get inspired once I stand and deliver. Consider I got a childhood like Antoine Sugar. So quit your cramping, get your tampons thicker. Oh, your campus got it locked? You can call me Sam Fisher. I'm gonna